this video, I'm gonna show you how to remove everything. Everything's gonna go off, and we're gonna see the heat exchanger naked. You know, I'm gonna show you how it is, how it looks, and I'm gonna explain to you why heat exchanger of the high efficiency furnace has to be more sophisticated, so they can save you a lot of gas. It does save you gas. I mean, it depends on the furnace size, the home insulation, if it's an old home, if it's a new home, it depends. So if the home is really insulated and the furnace is perfectly installed, see there's a lot to it. The high efficiency furnace can save you gas, but there's a lot to it, because the reason I'm saying that, the duct has to be installed perfectly. You have to have good windows, but in generally speaking, you can save anywhere between 10%, I would say maximum 20% of your bill, you know. So this is the gas valve. So the idea is, idea is high efficiency furnace, honestly, it breaks. So basically this is the limit switch. As you see, basically inside there's like a disc, look like a dime, and when the heat comes on it, it will expand and it will disconnect. It depends. As I was telling you, they have a certain limit. I usually scrap these. So now, as you see, I'm going to have to remove this panel here to help us to remove the heat exchanger. I did replace heat exchangers. Honestly, in my opinion, everything here everything in the furnace is replaceable. Honestly, you can have the furnace running for 50 years. Everything is replaceable. I have replaced many heat exchangers. The reason I don't do it, not because I'm lazy, because sometimes they don't have all the parts that you need. So when you are trying to get a heat exchanger, sometimes the manufacturer will tell you, see, like this one here, heat exchanger is made out of so many pieces, and sometimes you go to get usually they give you the heat exchanger free. They have minimum 20 years, sometimes lifetime. So if it's under warranty, a lot of times they don't have all the pieces. It comes in so many pieces, and sometimes they don't have all the pieces. So what's going to happen is basically you might get everything, and then they're going to tell you we have to ship the other piece. It's some other state, and sometimes it takes forever. And that's why a lot of time I get in trouble with the customer, because they have no heat and they want heat as soon as possible. Let me tell you something about something important about the burner, since we are here. Something I need to know. So the burners, as you see, this is the flame sensor. Basically, the flame will shoot, and the flame sensor, as you see, it gets dirty. So a lot of times I go to a job, and one of these burners is running, the other one are not. You see that small path? Usually it's groove. It carries gas, so it light each other. It ignite each other. So sometimes they can be rust in here. Sometimes you can see this one is igniting, this one is not. So the flame sensor will say, hey, will send a message to the control board, hey, I'm not feeling the gas is firing up, so it will stop. Now a lot of technicians don't look and see. They think the flame sensor is bad. They change it, and then they change the control board. It happened to me when I was new, like 26 years ago, and I learned later I have to make sure all the burners are fully burning. If not, sometimes Just sometimes I go to a job, I just do like this, and that's it. It works. Sometimes you have to use pressured air. Sometimes you have to remove the whole thing and clean it with the airbrush. Okay. So this is the burner. We're done with it. So I'm gonna keep removing these pieces until we get to the heat exchanger. And as you see, this heat exchanger is not easy like the other furnace. If you watch other videos, 80%, these are very easy. The 80%, they come all one piece. But Carrier, they give you, last time I did one for my cousin, I was trying to save him money because the new furnace was like $4,000. And I think I helped him, you know. I don't do it because it's a lot. We had to go many times back and forth to get the piece because they didn't have all of them. So anyway, luckily they would have them, but we have to, you know, make sure we have all of them. As you see, this is two sections. That's how it is, because this section here is the regular heat exchanger. The other one here, you see how small are the passes? When the draft motor suck the flame, it goes into very finer. Remember the other furnace, the 80%, they are big. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep removing this cover. It should be not too much. We're almost there. We're almost there. So this comes off. Now, the only thing is holding the heat exchanger are these screws here, as you see them. So we're gonna remove it, and I'm gonna have your heat exchanger free, and you can see it. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm new on YouTuber, so I know I'm taking a long time. See, now it's already moving. You see that? I did a lot of heat exchanger within 26 years for landlords. You know, landlords, they want to save money. And I saved them a lot of money. You have no idea. Because when you put a new heat exchanger, it's like you have the main part of the heat furnace already brand new. So this is I will show you, by the way, if this heat exchanger was suffering from very strong pressure. As I told you, the number one killer of the heat exchanger is the burners being not. These are inside. Don't worry about these. They come out. Anyway, I'm scrapping this. So, but this is honestly clean. I have seen some very, very rusted. So here, let me bring this down. So here, I just want to show you the auxiliary heat exchanger. Oh, actually, there are two baffles in here. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's why I forgot one of these screws. I hate them. I always forget one. And it's a nightmare. So this guy comes off very easy now. Okay, that's the heat exchanger basically. That's all it is. I'm gonna remove a couple screws here. We should be all good. So here's your guy heat exchanger. So if you look at this heat exchanger, you're gonna see how they make it finer as it goes, because the flame will shoot here. And I will show, actually there is a mark. I will show you. This furnace was suffering a lot. I tell you why. See, if you look here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Yeah, if you look here, if you look at these marks here, see how the flame was too strong, because usually it starts from here, and it will it will dissipate. I'm looking for that word. I'm not perfect in English. It will become weaker and cooler here. So here, when you see these marks, actually, when you see all these marks, that means this guy in the furnace was suffering from very high heat. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you something else, and if you have a minute, let me make it a little bit closer. So here, as you see, right? You see it? Forgive me, guys. I'm not really a professional YouTuber yet. Maybe I need a couple years. So as you see here is a regular 80% heat exchanger. As soon as they put the auxiliary heat exchanger, which as you see, it radiates better. So for example, the other furnaces, the heat comes out of here, like 80% of the heat goes into a chimney. Now when it goes here, that 80%, that 20% is lost. They also remove the heat from that 20%, and basically you're gonna have as you remember, there was a PVC pipe, so you're gonna have a warm air coming out. That's why it's called heat exchanger. So remember, 80% have main heat exchanger and then auxiliary heat exchanger. A lot of times, as I was telling you, if you don't change the filter, it will be plugged. And I have seen many of them really plugged very bad. And that's it for now, I think. But I think this heat exchanger is still not bad. I mean, it's damaged because nobody ever adjusted the fire pressure. You see how strong? Sometimes, believe it or not, if this is working and they forget to change the filter, you can see it like almost orange here, because the flame is coming here and is smashing this elbow here, and this is no good. If fire was adjusted, this should look like a brand new. Okay, so that's all I have to tell you about this, and thanks for watching. We're gonna start another new furnace, God will.